Good afternoon, everybody. Time is of the essence, so I'm not going to waste any time, and I'm going to go straight into the topic of inspiring teachers. It's very, very simple. It's not rocket science. Just a few points, and bear with me, please. One of the first things that one has to do is to be well versed in the subject. Know your subject well so that you can manipulate it. You can treat it like putty, like a potter and his clay to meet the students' needs. Don't go into the class unprepared. Be very sure about your content so that you can play around with it and have fun with it. I was very lucky because I was given the task of teaching literature or English studies. Can you imagine being paid to do something that you truly love, which brings me to my second point. You need to be passionate about what you do. You need to love what you do because, like laughter, passion is very contagious and very positively infectious. If you are passionate about something, it will definitely go over to the students. The students will feel it, and whether they like it or not, they will love it. They will love the way the subject is being taught because your passion is shown to them and it will be transferred to them. Remember, do not teach without passion, no matter what the subject is. Third point, you need to be very creative in your presentations and in your teachings. It doesn't mean that you have to be creative for every single lesson. That way I think you will collapse. But think about what the students want, what they need, what they would enjoy. I remember when they had to do Shakespeare, they were terrified. Shakespeare is no easy guy, okay? So I said I had to make sure that they loved it. And the text that we did was Macbeth. It's something that everybody should do. Anyway, so the first lesson, I took them to the drama room and the lights were switched off and I entered the drama room and I said, no switching on of the lights. So they were wondering what was happening. And the room was dark. And I started with a cackling laugh, a blood-curdling laugh. And they got terrified and I could hear some commotion and moving around. And then they wanted to switch on the lights. I said, no, wait. And then I quoted some lines from Macbeth. It's actually quite unlucky to quote lines, but never mind, let me quote a little bit for you. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn, and cauldron bubble. They got scared. And then I switched on the lights, got them to switch on the lights. And I remember looking at them and they were looking at me terrified. I said, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is your introduction to the witches in Macbeth. And I can tell you this, many of them loved Macbeth because of that introduction. And they remembered the play. So one has to be very creative and make sure that they enjoy what they're doing. It shouldn't be just a text to be taught like that. It should be a text that should be lived and breathed and inhaled. And so many other things to say about English studies. Anyway, I got to go to the next point now. The next thing, and another point, which is very, very important, empowerment. How to inspire teachers. Empower them when they are trainees. Empower them with the idea and with the knowledge that they can do, it all boils down to them. They can do it. It's within themselves. They need to believe in themselves. That is very, very important. Believe in oneself and believe in your power to change lives, to transform lives. I remember giving them little doses of success. Of course, I fired them many times because I was not very happy with some of the things they did. But every time they did something which was wonderful or admirable, I would say, hey, that's good, wonderful. Now, those little doses of success actually help to infuse confidence in them. So slowly you wean them off from you. You make them take responsibility for their learning. And slowly you find, hey, oh my God, these are young adults who have so much of confidence in doing what they want to do. And we, the trainers, become facilitators and mentors. So it's a change from being a teacher to a facilitator and a mentor. Empowerment is very, very important. And this is something that they also need to teach their students when they become teachers. Empower the students to take responsibility. Little doses of success. And finally, walk the talk. If you say something, mean it. Be very firm, but not cruel. No, I remember Hamlet. One has to be cruel to be kind. I think that was what I practiced. Cruel, but to be kind, to teach them what was very, very important. At the end of the day, if there are things that you do not know, be honest with them. Tell them you are not sure and tell them that you'll get back to them. Be honest, be frank, be open with them. Do not be a hypocrite or try to be a Mr. Know-all. It doesn't work that way. If students know that you are honest, it means you care for them, that you love them. You need to let them know you love them and that you've got the best interest at heart, no matter how much you wield the cane. I think that's very important. Anyway, I spoke to a few students and I told them to let me know what inspired them. And I would like to share maybe 1 or 2 videos with you. Since time is of the essence, I can't share every single thing, but please watch the short videos, and it's from the horse's mouth. And let me tell you, these horses have got very good quality. Okay, so here goes. Here are the videos.
My name is Dr. Abdullah Muhammad Nawi, and I am the Assistant Dean for External and Global Engagement for the Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities, UTM. Now, truthfully speaking, I was terrified of her. I mean, wow, back then. She had the personality of a 1,000 ogres, and she could terrify me just by staring at me. I was terrified. But then I got to know what a sweetheart she really was. And as an educator myself, Ms. Shobha is one of those educators where when you are a student and you are looking through the world through the eyes of a student, you will find that she would be the teacher. She would be the one who would be passionate about teaching, about making sure that her students do right by her, by the class, by the curriculum, everything. But that also meant that she had standards. And as a student, I was terrified of these standards. But as an educator, I realized that the value that she had instilled in me was that no matter what it is, you need to be able to discipline your students, and you need to be able to reach out to them in a way where they respect you, but at the same time, they want to get to know you, and they always want to please you. And not just because they want to be the teacher's pet, but because they understand that you always have the best in your heart, the best of what you want them to be. And Miss Shobha was one of those teachers, one of those lecturers who showed me that. And to this very day, it is one of the legacies that I continue from that. As a lecturer, as a teacher, you need to know how to set these boundaries and at the same time retain that love, that inspiration that your students get from you. And this is one of the ways that Miss Shobha has inspired me. Miss Shobha has inspired me through fear initially, but also through the passion that she had or has for the subjects of literature that she taught me in my first and second year, and in drama that she taught in my fourth year. And I am inspired by Miss Shobha because Miss Shobha has shown me what it is to be an educator. I love you, Miss Shobha.
From 1986 to 1988 at the Royal Military College in Kuala Lumpur. My English was atrocious at best until I landed myself in her class. She really inspired me to believe in myself, that I could have good command of English. She nudged me forward patiently and persistently through soft and at times tough love approach. Learn I did, and learn we all did as a class. It was 3 years that changed my life. As my English got better, I was subsequently accepted to study at the prestigious the United States Naval Academy, then joined the Malaysian Navy and see the world for a colorful 27 years. And now I work for a helicopter company that serves multitude of local and international clients. Miss Shobha, you laid in me the foundation of I believe I can. Thanks to you, I feel like I'm on top of the world now, literally. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I'm forever indebted to you.
Thank you, Miss Shobha, for all the love, the hugs and flying kisses that you gave me and my friends when we were in Maktab Perguruan Ilmu Khas Kuala Lumpur. These are all the things that are not in the curriculum, but you did it so passionately and naturally. It really shows your passion for education and love for your students. These are the things that I remember to do when I was a teacher. I was able to give and show love for my students, and they really appreciate all this. So I must thank you for showing me how to love my students. Thank you so much. You're such a gem.
Let me conclude in very simple terms. How to inspire teachers? Teach with all your heart and teach from your heart. That is very important. Carpe diem. Thank you.